Welcome back to the series 101 Reasons to Forgive. This is day 48. I am excited. I kid you not, I am excited that we have gotten to day 48 and we are prepared to share with you the 48th reason why forgiveness is important. Very, very, very important to me is this reason. Forgiveness prioritizes. Forgiveness provides us the opportunity to define and to designate the things that should be priorities in our lives. Forgiveness provides us with the opportunity to not just designate for a time, but to designate what is going to occupy the space of our lives. We take time to assess what we've been through, how disappointing it was. We take time to understand how destabilizing the experience was, the economic cost of it, the emotional cost of it, the reputational cost of it. Forgiveness provides us with the opportunity to define and to designate those things that should be priorities in our lives. We get to define and are able to define after we have taken time to assess the offensive experience. We get to define and we get to designate after we have done much introspection. In other words, we become mindful of the hurting experience or the hurtful experience, and we are able to speak to ourselves that we need to do the changes we need to undertake, the realignment we need to experience, and how best we can minimize and how best we can lessen the possibility of having a similar experience. Forgiveness prioritizes. Forgiveness informs us that everyone is not a priority. Everything is not a priority. Forgiveness helps us to align our lives in such a way that what we do will take us down the path that is going to provide us a meaningful life, a meaningful experience, not just a surviving experience, but a productive life. In other words, even knowing that disappointments are inevitable as we journey through life, we plan, however, to prioritize how we respond to the experiences that will present themselves to us. Forgiveness makes that possible. Forgiveness allows us the experience of introspection. What does this mean to you? Why does it mean what it means to you? How did it become meaningful to you? In what way is it meaningful to you? Can it continue being meaningful to you? What are the reasons for it continuing to be meaningful to you? How does it serve? How does it benefit your life purpose? In other words, forgiveness empowers us to repurpose our lives when we have gone through a disappointing experience. Now, it does not have to be something major. It does not have to be murder. It does not have to be any of those life traumatizing experiences. It can be a minor car accident. It can be whatever experience that we consider to be offensive. If it impacted you, it meant that something happened to you when you went through the experience? What did you learn from the experience? We need to learn from each experience. How best can we apply the lessons learned in each experience? So, based upon how offensive the situation was, the experience was, the lessons that we learned should be a lot deeper, a lot more meaningful, so that we can better define and designate the priorities of our lives. Affirm with me today that you will assess where you are in life and will make a conscientious decision to change the direction of your life if it is not providing, if it is not contributing, if it's not supportive, if it is not aligned with your life's purpose. I will see you on day 49. Remember to not just view, but to subscribe if you haven't. Touch the like button as well and share our video with someone. We're grateful for your support. Looking forward to seeing you on day 49.